Only very special horses have races named in their honour, and Mil Reef was one such horse. The Mil Reef Stakes, run each September at Newbury, is named after one of the most fondly remembered horses of the 20th century, whose bravery off the track was almost as great as his achievements on it. Foaled in 1968 in America, Mil Reef was a son of Never Bend, out of the mare Milan Mill. Bred by his owner, Paul Mellon, at his Rugby stud in Virginia, Mil Reef was deemed to have an action better suited to turf than dirt, and the small colt was sent to England, to Kingsclear on the rolling Hampshire Downs, home to trainer Ian Balding. There, he was placed into the care of stable lad and rider John Hallam, who was to play a huge part in his early life. The 2-year-old Mil Reef had a busy season, with victories including the Coventry Stakes at Royal Ascot, before a narrow defeat in the Prix Robert Papin in France. In August, he was entered in the Gimcrack at York, where heavy rain looked to threaten his chances. Despite this, Paul Mellon opted to run and was rewarded by a convincing victory. A few months later, Mil Reef rounded off his 2-year-old campaign in the Dewhurst Stakes at Newmarket. But it was Mil Reef's 3-year-old career when his famous rivalry with the great Brigadier Gerard really materialised. Dick Hearn's superstar was only beaten once during his career, and his 17 victories included defeating Mil Reef in the 2,000 guineas at Newmarket. After that, Mil Reef needed to land a classic of his own, and with the Brigadier not in the lineup, the colt was well fancied for the 1971 Epsom Derby. He would be ridden by Jeff Lewis, his loyal partner for his entire career. Despite a strong lineup, Mil Reef proved to be every inch the champion over Epsom's quirky contours.
But it's Mil Reef who's taken that advantage now inside the final furlong from Linden Tree. Irish Ball still finishing fast, but Mil Reef going away from Linden Tree and then Irish Ball. And Mil Reef's going to win the Derby. He's at the line. Mil Reef is the winner. Linden Tree is second and Irish Ball third.
After Epsom, Balding's stable star headed to Sandown for the Eclipse Stakes, where he faced the high-class French raider Caro. Nevertheless, the colt from Kingsclear registered another facile victory, which very much impressed his jockey.
When I won the Derby, I had a great ovation. When I won the Eclipse, that was the greatest ovation I've ever just seen in my life. And there was people shoving up umbrellas and waving papers right in his face, and I was thinking, God, he'll take off.
Mil Reef's next assignment was the King George at Ascot, where he again faced older opposition. Just like at Sandown, the little colt produced a simply spellbinding performance.
And as they race up towards the line, it's Mil Reef, the winner of the King George from Queen Elizabeth Stakes, the comfortable winner from Ortiz and acclimatisation.
Having conquered all, except Brigadier Gerard, on home turf, Mil Reef was to travel further afield to France for his biggest test so far, the prestigious Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe at Longchamp. Despite confidence from the French in their star filly Pistol Packer, it was again Mil Reef who came up with the goods and collected his most famous win.
But striding into the final furlong, it's Mil Reef going to be the first English trained winner for 23 years. He's clear of Pistol Packer and coming up towards the line. Mil Reef is the winner from Pistol Packer second.
After the Arc, Paul Mellon made the decision that Mil Reef would remain in training as a 4-year-old, at that time rare for a Derby winner. Ian Balding believed in plenty of roadwork for his string, and this, and a racecourse gallop at Newbury, helped Mil Reef to build up towards the new season. With Mellon again in attendance, the colt travelled to Longchamp for the Prix Gannet, and once again France proved to be a happy hunting ground.
And he's opening up a gap of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lengths as he strides away. You don't often see £30,000 prizes won with this ease.
Mil Reef's next start was back on home soil and back at Epsom for the Coronation Cup. The colt collected the win, but only just, beating Homeric by a neck. The narrow manner of the victory led to suggestions that he was not quite himself. So it proved, as after Epsom, Mil Reef was found to be suffering from a virus, which meant he had to miss an intended clash with Brigadier Gerard in the Eclipse at Sandown. In his absence, the Brigadier won easily, further underlining his greatness. Once recovered from his illness, Balding began to prepare Mil Reef for a defence of his Arc title, and the colt was soon again seen swinging up the gallops at home. Then, disaster struck. Ridden as usual by John Hallam, the colt took a bad step and shattered a foreleg, an injury that could well have proved life-threatening. Mellon and Balding took no chances, and Charles Allen, a specialist vet from America, was flown in to attend to the colt. A 6-hour operation was needed to pin Mil Reef's cannon bone. The operation was successful, although Mil Reef still needed months of box rest under the watchful eye of Hallam, with whom he struck up a close relationship. Eventually deemed well enough to leave the yard, Mil Reef was given a huge send-off. Over 1,500 people converged at Kingsclear to wish him well in his new career as a stallion at the National Stud in Newmarket. Soon becoming one of the stud's most treasured inmates, Mil Reef's offspring included the Derby winners Shirley Heights and Reference Point, as well as the Prix Jockey Club winner Akamas. The Mil Reef story ended in 1986, when he died at the National Stud, where he remains buried today, commemorated by a statue at the stud, as well as at Kingsclear and at his birthplace Rokeby. This little colt with the heart of a lion is remembered as one of the most popular horses of the 20th century.